Hello everyone and welcome to Ava Learns English. My name is Ava and I am really happy that you are here with me today. Before we begin, I want you to take a small pause. Relax your shoulders. Relax your mind. You do not need to understand every word. You do not need perfect grammar. You only need to listen and feel comfortable. English becomes easy when you feel safe while learning. Today, we are starting a long and beautiful journey together. This is not a short lesson. This is not a rush lesson. This is real-life English, spoken slowly and clearly so that anyone can follow and learn. We will move step by step, and everything will connect naturally. Let us start with something very important in daily life. Let us start with making simple requests. In life, every person needs help. We ask people to do things for us. We ask politely. We ask calmly. When you know how to make requests in English, you feel confident. You feel independent. You feel strong. The most useful and powerful sentence in English is very simple. It is this one. Can you? Yes, just these two words can change everything. Can you help me? Can you wait? Can you explain? These are not difficult sentences. These are daily life sentences. People use them everywhere. Now listen carefully. In English, how you ask is more important than what you ask. Your tone matters. Your calmness matters. When you speak politely, people listen to you. Let me give you some examples that you can imagine easily. You are at home. You are sitting on the sofa. You are tired. You need something. You can simply say, "Can you pass me the water, please?" That is enough. That is correct English. You can also say, "Can you turn off the light?" Or, "Can you open the window?" Or, "Can you help me clean the room?" Notice something very important here. I am using the word please. Please is a small word, but it is a powerful word. It makes your English soft. It makes people feel respected. Now imagine a different situation. You are not at home. You are outside. You are talking to someone you do not know well. Maybe a shopkeeper. Maybe an office person. Maybe a stranger. In this case, we still ask for help, but we use a slightly more polite form. We say, "Could you?" You can say, "Could you help me, please?" You can say, "Could you tell me the time?" You can say, "Could you guide me?" You can say, "Could you speak slowly?" I am learning English. This is very natural English. This is respectful English. People will understand you and help you. Now listen to this carefully because this is very important for learners. You do not need long sentences. Long sentences make you nervous. Short sentences make you confident. English is not about showing knowledge. English is about communication. Now let us talk about permission. Sometimes you do not want someone else to do something. You want to do it yourself. In that case, you can say, "Can I? Can I sit here? Can I ask a question? Can I use your phone?" These sentences are used every day by millions of people. In more polite situations, you can say, "May I? May I come in? May I speak now? May I use the restroom?" Do not worry about choosing the perfect sentence. People understand your intention. Even if your English is not perfect, your message is clear. Now I want you to imagine a real moment. You are in a place where you need help. Your heart is beating fast. You are thinking too much. In this moment, do not panic. Take a breath. Speak slowly. Say just one sentence. "Can you help me, please?" That is enough. That is English. Many learners stay silent because they are afraid of making mistakes. Let me tell you something very honestly. People do not judge your grammar. People feel your confidence. When you speak politely and calmly, people respect you. Right now, I want you to quietly repeat some sentences in your mind or out loud. Can you help me, please? Could you speak slowly? Can I ask something? This small practice is very powerful. This is how English enters your daily life. If you are listening right now, you are already improving. If you understand even a little, you are learning. English is not a talent. English is a habit. And habits grow slowly, step by step. As we move forward, you will see that these request sentences will help you in every situation. They will help you when you talk about your past, when you talk about your plans, and when you talk about your problems. Everything connects. Now stay with me, because in the next part, we will gently move into talking about the past in a very simple way, so you can share your day, your experiences, and your life story without fear. We are just beginning, and you are doing great. Now that you know how to make simple requests, let us gently move forward. In daily life, after we ask for help or talk to people politely, something very natural happens. People start sharing about their day. They talk about what they did before. This is where talking about the past becomes important. Do not worry. Talking about the past in English does not need difficult grammar. You do not need long sentences. You only need a few simple patterns that you can use again and again. Let us start very calmly. When you talk about the past, you often use words like yesterday, last night, last week, or earlier today. These words help the listener understand that you are talking about something that already happened. For example, you can say, yesterday I worked. You can say, yesterday I stayed at home. You can say, last night I watched a movie. These sentences are simple, clear, and correct. In English, many past sentences end with a small sound, the ed sound. You do not need to think too much about it. Just listen and practice. I worked. I cooked. I cleaned. I walked. I watched. These are very common words. People use them every day. Now imagine a real situation. Someone asks you, "How was your day?" You do not need a long answer. You can simply say, "It was good. I worked all day." That is enough. That is real English. Now let us talk about some special past words. These words do not end with ed, but they are very common. You will hear them everywhere. Go becomes went. Eat becomes ate. See becomes saw. Buy becomes bought. Come becomes came. Let us use them in easy sentences. Yesterday I went to the market. I ate lunch late. I saw my friend. I bought some vegetables. I came home tired. Listen to these sentences again in your mind. They're simple. They're useful. They help you talk about real life. Now let me tell you something important. Many learners are afraid of past tense because they think they must be perfect. That is not true. People understand you even if you make small mistakes. What matters is that you try to speak. Imagine you are talking to a friend. You say, yesterday I go market. Is it perfect? No. Is it understandable? Yes. Communication already happened. And with practice, it will become, yesterday I went to the market. Learning happens step by step. Now let us practice sharing a small story in a very easy way. You can say, yesterday I woke up early. I worked. I came home. I ate dinner. I slept. This is a full story. It is simple, but it is powerful. You do not need fancy words to share your life. Simple English is honest English. Sometimes people ask you questions like, "What did you do yesterday?" or "How was your weekend?" Do not panic. You can answer slowly. You can say, "I stayed at home," or "I went out with my family," or "I worked and rested." That is enough. That is correct. Now listen carefully to this part. Talking about the past helps you connect emotionally with people. When you share your day, people feel closer to you. English is not just about words. English is about connection. If you are feeling nervous, take a breath. Speak slowly. Even one sentence is good. Right now, quietly repeat in your mind. Yesterday I worked. Last night I watched TV. I went out. I came back home. This practice is very powerful. You are training your brain and your mouth together. As you continue learning, you will notice something interesting. The request sentences you learned before and the past sentences you are learning now start to mix naturally. You might say, "Yesterday I asked my friend for help." Or, "I went to the shop and asked the price." This is how real English works. Everything connects. You are doing well. You are listening patiently. That itself is a big achievement. Now stay with me, because as we move ahead, we will talk about what you can do and what you cannot do. This will help you speak about your abilities and your limits in a very simple and confident way. This is something we use every day, often without thinking. We use it to talk about skills, abilities, and even small daily things. In English, the word can is very powerful. It shows ability. It shows possibility. It shows confidence. You can start with very simple sentences. I can speak a little English. I can understand slow English. I can learn every day. These sentences are simple, but they are strong. When you say them, you are telling the world what you are capable of. Now listen carefully. You do not need to be perfect to use can. You only need honesty. You say what you can do right now. For example, you can say, "I can cook simple food." You can say, "I can use a phone." You can say, "I can travel alone." These are real-life sentences. People understand them easily. Now let us talk about cannot or can't. Many learners feel shy to say cannot, but it is very important. Saying cannot is not weakness. It is clarity. You can say, "I cannot speak fast English." You can say, "I cannot understand loud speech." You can say, "I cannot come today." These sentences are honest and useful. Now listen to this very important word, yet. You can say, "I cannot speak fluently yet." You can say, "I cannot understand everything yet." That small word shows growth. It shows that you are learning. It shows that this is not permanent. Now imagine a real situation. Someone asks you, "Do you speak English?" You do not need fear. You do not need long answers. You can simply say, "I can speak a little English." That is polite. That is confident. Now imagine someone speaks very fast. You feel lost. Instead of staying silent, you can say, "I cannot understand fast English." Could you speak slowly? Now you are using everything you learned before. Requests and ability together. This is real English in action. Let us practice some daily sentences in your mind. I can wake up early. I can work hard. I can learn new things. I cannot remember all words. I cannot speak fast yet. These sentences help you express yourself honestly. Now let me tell you something very important. Many learners think they must wait until they are perfect to say, I can. That is not true. You say, I can first, and perfection comes later. Confidence comes from speaking, not from silence. As you move forward, you will notice that can and cannot help you talk about your past and your future as well. You might say, before, I could not understand English, but now I can. Or you might say, I can learn more in the future. Everything connects naturally. You are doing well. You are building your English step by step. Now stay with me, because next we will gently move into talking about future plans in a very simple way, so you can talk about tomorrow, next week, and your dreams without stress. When we talk about the future, we are not only talking about time. We are also talking about hope. We are talking about direction. We are talking about where we want to go in life. That is why future sentences are very powerful, even when they are simple. Many people think English is only about today, but in real conversations, people often ask about tomorrow. They ask about next week. They ask about next year. When you can answer these questions, you feel confident and involved in the conversation. Imagine someone asks you, what are you doing later? You do not need to panic. You can simply say, I will go home. Or, I will study. Or, I will rest. These are normal answers. These are daily life answers. Sometimes people ask, what are your plans? Again, you do not need big English. You can say, I am going to learn English. You can say, I am going to work hard. You can say, I am going to take care of my family. These sentences show intention. They show purpose. Now let us talk about something very important. Many learners are afraid to talk about the future because they are afraid of making promises. But remember, you are not making a contract. You are only sharing your thoughts. English is flexible. You can say, I will try. You can say, I will do my best. You can say, I am planning to practice. These sentences are honest and safe. Now imagine a real situation. You are talking to a colleague or a friend. They say, see you tomorrow. You can reply, yes, I will see you tomorrow. This is future English. It is short. It is natural. Imagine someone says, call me later. You can say, yes, I will call you later. Very simple. Very clear. Now think about bigger future plans. Even big plans can be spoken simply. You can say, one day I will travel. You can say, in the future I will get a better job. You can say, I am going to improve my English. You do not need dates. You do not need timelines. You only need intention. Now listen carefully. Talking about the future also helps you stay motivated. When you say your plans out loud, your mind starts believing them. Language shapes thinking. You might remember that earlier you said, I cannot speak fluently yet. Now you can add something powerful. You can say, I cannot speak fluently yet, but I will learn. That sentence alone shows growth, patience, and confidence. Let us practice this kind of thinking with English. You can say, today I am learning. Tomorrow I will improve. You can say, now I am trying. In the future, I will succeed. These are not just English sentences. These are life sentences. Now let us talk about future plans and daily routine. Many plans are very small. You can say, I will eat after this. You can say, I am going to take a break. You can say, I will sleep early tonight. These sentences are used everywhere. People say them without thinking. Now imagine you are on the phone and someone asks, "Are you free later?" You can answer calmly, "Yes, I will be free later." Or you can say, "No, I will be busy, but I will call you tomorrow." This is very natural English. You see how everything connects now. Requests, past, ability, and future all come together. This is how real conversations work. You do not speak grammar. You speak meaning. Now take a moment and quietly repeat these sentences. I will keep learning. I am going to practice daily. I will not give up. If you can say these sentences, you are already strong. As we move forward, you will notice that future sentences help you in shopping, in travel, in work, and even in phone conversations. When you say what you will do, people understand you clearly. You are doing very well by staying with this lesson. Listening for a long time is not easy, but it is very powerful. Your brain is slowly adjusting to English sounds and patterns. Now stay with me, because the next part will bring everything closer to daily life. We will talk about common daily English sentences, the sentences people use without thinking, so you can start speaking English naturally in everyday situations without fear or pressure. As you continue thinking about the future, you will notice something interesting. When you speak about the future in English, you start feeling more control over your life. Even simple future sentences give you confidence because you are expressing direction. Many people think future English is only for big goals, but most future conversations are actually very small and simple. People often talk about what they will do in the next few minutes or hours. For example, someone may ask you, "What are you doing after this?" You can easily say, "I will go home." Or you can say, "I am going to eat something." These sentences are not difficult. They are calm. They are natural. Now imagine you are at work or with friends, and someone says, "Let's talk later." You can reply, "Okay, I will talk to you later." That is future English. It is smooth and polite. Sometimes people ask about your plans for learning. They may say, "Are you learning English?" You can answer proudly, "Yes, I am learning English, and I will practice every day." This sentence shows commitment. It shows seriousness. Now let us think about fear. Many learners are afraid to talk about the future because they are afraid they will not do what they say. But remember, English sentences are not promises. They are expressions of intention. It is okay if plans change. You can say, "I will try." You can say, "I am planning to study." You can say, "I will see." These are soft future sentences. They are very safe to use. Now let us connect future English with daily life situations. Imagine you are shopping and the shopkeeper says, "Come again." You can reply, "Yes, I will come again." That is future English used naturally. Imagine you are traveling and someone says, "Enjoy your trip." You can say, "Thank you, I will." That short answer is very common and very correct. Now imagine you are on the phone and someone says, "I will send you the details." You can reply, "Okay, I will check." Again, very simple. You see, future English is everywhere. Once you start noticing it, you will hear it all the time. Now I want you to remember something important. Do not rush your future sentences. Speak slowly. English sounds better when it is calm. When you speak slowly, people understand you more clearly and you feel more confident. You can practice future English by talking to yourself. This is a very powerful method. You can say things like, "After this, I will rest." Or, "Tomorrow, I will wake up early." Talking to yourself builds fluency without pressure. You may also notice that when you speak about the future, your motivation increases. Saying, "I will learn," is very different from thinking it silently. Speaking gives strength to your thoughts. Now let us gently prepare to move forward. You have learned how to talk about requests, about the past, about your ability, and about the future. All these parts are coming together naturally. The next step is using English in daily life without thinking too much. Very soon, we will move into common daily English sentences, the kind of sentences people use automatically every day. These sentences will help you feel relaxed and natural when you speak. Stay with me. You are building something strong, step by step, and you are doing better than you think. As we move forward from talking about future plans, English now becomes even more practical. This is the stage where English enters your daily life naturally. These are the sentences people use every day without thinking. When you learn these sentences, you stop translating in your head. You start responding naturally. Daily English sentences are not special. They are not advanced. But they are powerful because they are used again and again. When you hear them often, they become familiar. When they become familiar, they become easy. Let us begin with very simple daily expressions. People often start conversations by asking about well-being. Someone may ask you, "How are you?" You can calmly say, "I am fine, thank you." You can also say, "I am okay." Or you can say, "I am doing well." These are all correct and natural. Sometimes people ask, "How is everything?" You do not need to think too much. You can simply say, "Everything is good," or "Everything is fine." Short answers are perfect. Now imagine someone asks you, "What are you doing?" This is a very common question. You can answer with simple present or present continuous sentences. You can say, "I am working." You can say, "I am studying." You can say, "I am resting." These answers are enough. Sometimes you may not want to explain everything. You can simply say, "I am busy right now," or "I am free now." These sentences help you manage your time politely. Now let us talk about agreement and response. When someone tells you something, you often respond naturally. You can say, "Okay." You can say, "All right." You can say, "No problem." You can say, "Sure." These words may seem small, but they are very important in daily conversations. Now imagine someone thanks you. You do not stay silent. You respond politely. You can say, "You're welcome." You can also say, "No problem," or "That's okay." All of these are natural responses. Sometimes people apologize. They may say, "Sorry." You can reply, "It's okay," or "No worries." This keeps the conversation calm and friendly. Now let us talk about asking for time. People often ask about time during the day. Someone may ask you, "What time is it?" You can say, "It is 5 o'clock," or "It is 6:30." You do not need perfect pronunciation. People understand context. Now imagine you need time. You can say, "Please wait," or "Give me a moment." These sentences are very useful and polite. Daily English is also about giving small instructions. For example, you can say, "Please sit here." You can say, "Please come in." You can say, "Please wait outside." These sentences are simple but clear. Now think about daily life at home. You might say, "I am hungry," or "I am tired," or "I need rest." These are honest sentences. English works best when it is honest. Sometimes you want to express feeling good. You can say, "I feel good today," or I am happy. You do not need complicated adjectives. Now imagine you are not feeling good. You can say, I am not feeling well, or I am not okay today. These sentences help people understand you. Now let us think about daily questions you may ask. You can say, what is this? You can say, what is that? You can say, where are you going? You can say, when will you come back? These are basic questions that build conversations. Now imagine someone gives you information. You can respond with simple reactions. You can say, I see. You can say, I understand. You can say, okay, got it. These responses show listening and attention. Now let us talk about daily routines. People often talk about routine without thinking. You can say, I wake up early. You can say, I go to work. You can say, I come back home. You can say, I sleep late. These sentences are not special, but they are very useful. Now imagine you are with friends or colleagues. Someone may say, let's go. You can reply, okay, let's go. Very natural. Someone may say, see you later. You can reply, yes, see you. Or, see you soon. These are friendly endings. Now let us think about daily confusion. Sometimes you do not understand something. Instead of staying silent, you can say, I don't understand. Or, can you explain again? This is brave English. You can also say, please speak slowly. Or, please say it again. These sentences protect you from confusion. Now think about daily decisions. Someone may ask, do you want tea or coffee? You can say, I want tea. Or, I prefer coffee. Simple and clear. Sometimes you may not want anything. You can say, no, thank you. Polite and complete. Now imagine you are planning something small. You can say, let me check. Or, I will let you know. These are very common daily sentences. Daily English also includes small reactions. When something is surprising, you can say, oh really? When something is interesting, you can say, that's nice. These responses keep conversations alive. Now let us talk about daily mistakes. You may say something wrong. That is okay. You can simply say, sorry, I made a mistake. Or, sorry, I mean this. Correcting yourself is part of speaking. Now take a moment and notice something important. All these sentences are short. All these sentences are easy. But together, they create fluent communication. This is how native speakers speak. They do not use big words all the time. They use simple English confidently. You do not need to memorize all these sentences at once. Just listen. Your brain is learning patterns. With time, these sentences will come out naturally. As we continue this journey, these daily sentences will help you in phone conversations, shopping, travel, work, and many other situations. Everything you are learning is building toward real-life communication. Stay with me. We are moving step by step, and English is becoming more natural for you with every part. Now that daily English sentences feel more familiar, the next situation where many learners feel nervous is talking on the phone. Phone conversations are different because you cannot see the other person. You only hear the voice. That is why simple and clear English becomes even more important. Let me tell you something first. Feeling nervous on the phone is very normal. Even people who speak English well sometimes feel uncomfortable on calls. So if you feel nervous, that is okay. You are not alone. Phone English does not need fast speaking. Phone English needs clear speaking. Most phone conversations start in a very simple way. You answer the phone and say hello. You can say hello. You can say hello, this is Ava. You can also say hello, Ava speaking. All of these are correct. If you are calling someone, you can start politely. You can say, hello, may I speak to you? Or you can say, hello, is this a good time to talk? These sentences sound respectful and calm. Now imagine you answer a call and you do not know the person. You can say, may I know who is calling? This sentence is polite and very common. You do not need to feel shy saying this. Sometimes the person you want to talk to is not available. You may hear, he is not available right now. In that case, you can say, okay, no problem. Or you can say, I will call later. Or you can say, can I call back? These sentences are simple and useful. Now imagine you receive a call, but you are busy. You do not need to panic. You can say, I am busy right now. Or you can say, can I call you back later? This is polite English. People understand. Sometimes during phone calls, you may not hear clearly. This is very common. Do not stay silent. You can say, sorry, I cannot hear you clearly. Or you can say, could you please repeat that? Or, could you speak a little slowly? These sentences protect you from misunderstanding. Now listen carefully. It is very important to say sorry when you do not hear something. This does not mean you did something wrong. It simply makes the conversation polite. Sometimes calls get disconnected. When that happens, you can say, the call got disconnected. Or, I think the call dropped. These are very common phone sentences. Now imagine you want to leave a message. You can say, can I leave a message? Or, please tell him I called. Or, please ask her to call me back. These sentences are very useful. Now let us talk about ending a phone conversation. Ending politely is very important. You can say, thank you for calling. You can say, thank you for your time. You can say, I will talk to you later. You can say, have a nice day. These endings sound warm and respectful. Now imagine a real phone conversation in your daily life. You call a friend. You say hello. You ask how they are. You talk for a few minutes. Then you end politely. You do not need long English. You only need calm English. Phone English becomes easier with practice. You can practice by talking to yourself. You can pretend you are on a call and speak aloud. This helps your confidence. You can also listen carefully when other people talk on the phone. Notice how short and simple their sentences are. Real phone English is not complicated. Sometimes phone calls are about work. In that case, you can still keep it simple. You can say, I am calling about work. Or, I have a question. Or, I will send the details. Clear and calm English works everywhere. Now remember something important. When you speak slowly on the phone, you feel more confident. Do not rush. Take a breath before speaking. If you make a mistake, do not stop. Continue speaking. Communication is more important than correctness. As you continue learning, you will notice that phone English uses many daily sentences you already learned. Everything connects naturally. Requests, daily phrases, and polite language all come together on the phone. Stay with me, because next we will move into English for shopping, where you will learn how to speak confidently about prices, choices, and buying things in daily life. After phone conversations, one of the most common situations where English is used is shopping. Everyone shops. We buy food, clothes, daily items, and many other things. When you can speak English while shopping, you feel independent and confident. Let me tell you something first. Shopping English does not need advanced vocabulary. You do not need long sentences. Most shopping conversations are very short and very simple. When you enter a shop, the shopkeeper may look at you or greet you. You can smile and say hello. That is enough. You do not need to speak immediately. When you see something you like, you can start with a very simple question. You can say, "How much is this?" This sentence alone is extremely powerful. It is used everywhere in the world. You can also say, "How much does this cost?" Both sentences are correct. Use whichever feels easier for you. Sometimes you are looking at something far from you. In that case, you can say, "How much is that?" English is flexible like that. Now imagine the shopkeeper tells you the price. You do not need to react fast. You can say, "Okay," or you can say, "Let me see," or you can say, "Just a moment." These responses give you time. If the price is high, you can say, "It is expensive." If the price is low, you can say, "It is cheap." These are very common words. Sometimes you like the item. You can say, "I like this," or "This is nice." Simple words are enough. Sometimes you do not like the item. You can politely say, "I don't like this," or "I will check another one." This is normal shopping language. Now imagine you need a different size or color. You can say, "Do you have a bigger size?" Or, "Do you have this in another color?" These sentences are very useful. If the shopkeeper says no, you can simply say, "Okay, thank you." Being polite always leaves a good impression. Now imagine you want to buy something. You can say, "I want this," or "I will take this." Both sentences are very common. If you want more than one item, you can say, "I want 2 of these," or "I will take 3. Very simple. Now let us talk about bargaining or discounts. In some places, people ask for a lower price. You can politely ask, "Can you reduce the price?" Or, "Is there any discount?" These sentences are polite and clear. Sometimes the shopkeeper may say yes. Sometimes they may say no. Either way, you can respond calmly. You can say, "Okay, no problem," or "Thank you anyway." Now imagine you are paying. You can say, "I will pay cash," or "I will pay by card." These are very common sentences. After paying, the shopkeeper may give you the item. You can say, "Thank you." This small word is very important. Sometimes there is a problem. Maybe the item is damaged. You can say, "This is not working," or "There is a problem with this." These sentences help you explain issues. If you want to return something, you can say, "I want to return this," or "I want to exchange this." These are useful words to know. Now imagine you are shopping in a market or a small shop. English may not be perfect on both sides. That is okay. Speak slowly. Use gestures if needed. Communication still works. Shopping English also helps you in daily life conversations. You learn how to ask questions, how to respond, and how to make decisions. These skills help everywhere. Do not worry if you forget words. You can always point and say "this one" or "that one." English is flexible. As you practice shopping English, you will notice your confidence growing. You will feel less nervous. You will feel more independent. Stay calm. Stay polite. Simple English works best. Now stay with me, because next we will move into English for travel, where these same skills will help you ask for directions, tickets, and help in new places. Before we finish this video, there is one very important skill that connects everything you have learned so far. That skill is asking for help politely. In real life, no one knows everything. Everyone needs help sometimes. And when you know how to ask for help in English, you stop feeling helpless and start feeling confident. Asking for help does not mean you are weak. Asking for help means you are smart and brave enough to communicate. You do not need complicated sentences to ask for help. Simple English works best. You can say, "Can you help me, please?" You can say, "Could you please help me?" You can say, "I need some help." These sentences are polite, clear, and powerful. Sometimes you do not understand something. Instead of staying silent, you can say, "I don't understand." Or, "Can you explain again, please?" This is very important for learning. If someone speaks too fast, you can calmly say, "Could you speak slowly, please?" This protects you from confusion and shows confidence. If you are lost, you can say, "Can you help me find this place?" If you are shopping and confused, you can say, "Can you help me choose?" If you are on the phone and unsure, you can say, "Can you repeat that, please?" All these sentences are simple, but they give you control. Now listen to this carefully. English is not about knowing everything. English is about knowing what to say when you need help. When you know how to ask politely, people are happy to help you. Throughout this video, you learned how to make requests, talk about the past, talk about your abilities, talk about the future, use daily sentences, speak on the phone, and shop confidently. All of these skills come together when you ask for help politely. Real English is calm English. Real English is simple English. Real English is human English. If you ever feel stuck, remember this. Take a breath. Speak slowly. Use simple words. That is enough. You do not need to be perfect to speak English. You only need courage and practice. And you are already practicing by listening right now. I want you to be proud of yourself. Listening to a long English lesson is not easy. It means you are serious about learning. It means you are moving forward. This is Ava from Ava Learns English. Thank you for spending your time with me today. Keep practicing these sentences in your daily life. Use English little by little, step by step. Your English will grow. Your confidence will grow. I will see you again in the next video.